take the lead.
I have to intro.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hello. We are interviewing Steph for the Hair Talk series. This is episode 5. Steph obviously is owner, creative director of both salons, hence the Steph Myron code.
Hence the name.
Yeah. We're going to start with would you rather.
Cool.
Hair based. So would you rather blonding or brunette?
Blonde.
Cutting or colouring?
Honestly, 50-50, like colour, but then cutting a bob.
Wedding styling or Deb styling?
Wedding.
Curling with a tongue or straightener?
I actually prefer straightener.
Our Brazilian bomb builder, the colour add-in or the leave-in split end treatment?
I used to be like all for the colour add-in, but I'm shifting to the leave-in because the Schwarzkopf Blonde Me already has the Plex in it.
Hair vitamins or collagen?
Me personally,
Yeah. You don't take either.
I don't take either.
What would you recommend?
And I'm horrible at taking tablets. For clients, I would probably recommend a tablet because I feel like that would be easier. Because I don't know, I feel like it would be annoying putting in your drink, especially if you can taste it.
What would you rather sit for, a half head or a full head?
Half head.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Brit every time she does my full head. And because my hair is so deceiving.
You have a lot of hair.
Yeah, it's like fine, but there's a lot of it, so it can take like up to 2 hours to foil. So yeah, I'd rather sit for a half head.
Yeah. Have a lunch break or work through?
Work through.
Late nights or Saturdays?
Neither really suit me with kids. Both have their pros and cons. Night times I get out of bedtime, but then Saturday morning I lose like a whole chunk of family time. So I'd probably say late nights because Saturday mornings
Is like family day.
is family day. Yeah.
Kids cuts or men's cuts?
Men's cuts.
Yeah. What made you want to become a hairdresser in the first place?
I don't remember a specific time, but one of our family friends used to have a salon. And she was probably my biggest inspiration. Like when I was a little girl, like I was always like, her name's Lisa. I was always like, when I grow up, I want to be like you. And we actually ended up working together. She sold her salon and then we ended up working together at DeCoco. So she's like, holy shit. There's a little girl who's always said she was going to be a hairdresser and here she is. I just always wanted to be a hairdresser.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did you get into the industry then?
I was going to leave when I was like 15, 16 when Lisa had that salon because my mum was also part owner in the salon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this, obviously.
So because mum was also part owner in the salon, like I was definitely like involved in it a lot more. Like I helped out after school and I was always like the guinea pig for the girls. So I was very involved in it. And I was going to leave school and do an apprenticeship then, but the teachers talked me out of it because they were like...
Bitches.
Yeah, they were like, you know, you're good at other things. I don't know, they always talk people out of beauty so young, I think.
They talk girls out of doing trades because it's not traditional for girls to do trades, whereas boys, if they're not good at books, it's like, yeah, go do a trade.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't have to be good or bad at books to go do a trade. If you want to be hands-on, go do a trade.
Yeah, it's so right. But they talked me out of it, so I was like, right, fine, whatever. So then I ended up doing like maths and accounting and all that kind of stuff, and I did year 12 classes in year 11 and then did work experience as an accountant. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, no offense to accountant.
And because Lisa worked at DeCoco, so then I just went in there looking for an after-school job and Joe offered me apprenticeship. So I was like, just continued from there and glad I did it. And so left at the end of year 11, so didn't end up finishing year 12 anyway. Yeah.
So what year was that?
2010. Yeah. 2010 actually.
Yeah, so 15 years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep. Getting old.
Jesus. And when you finished at DeCoco, that's when you went to Melbourne?
Yeah. I was at DeCoco for 7 years. And then in end of 17, kind of 2018, that's when I moved to Melbourne. Yeah.
And then when did you open the salon in Melbourne?
2000, when I arrived? No. Yeah. 2018. So I was in Melbourne for 3 months before I opened up the salon. Yeah.
What's been your proudest moment in your career so far?
Been like multiple. I feel one of the biggest is probably opening up the salon in Melbourne in the first place, only being like 24 and then just moving there. So like it was a big risk, but it definitely paid off. And then I guess another big achievement is like the Horsham salon and the big renovation there. and just all the little things along the way. Like I
Yeah.
think it's important to celebrate all the little wins as well as the big ones, whether that's finalists for the awards, just shooting the collections. I really loved back in the day the HBIA like live competitions. Like I think they were so fun to do. I feel like because it's real, it's raw, it's everybody's talent like in front of you. It's completely different to the photography competitions nowadays.
Yeah.
So they do mini versions now, but it's just not like what it used to be.
Yeah, so it was kind of the main thing back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so fun.
Back then, as if you're like 50.
Back then, I'm older.
So when did you open the salon in Horsham? If that's a big thing, like big achievement.
2021, I think we officially opened.
Yeah, a bit after COVID.
Yeah. It was kind of like mid-COVID. I'd always had my eye on this building since I was an apprentice. And then when we were in Melbourne, I was just looking at it a lot. Like, obviously COVID happened and then we were like, let's just go home and do it.
Yep.
And then I was lucky enough to be able to keep the Melbourne salon open. So that's been amazing.
Yeah.
So 2021.
Yeah.
So it's been 4 years?
Yeah.
4 years? Yeah.
Have you seen the industry change since you started?
I've literally just got a post drafted about this.
Oh.
I feel like when I first started, it was kind of when social media just come in. I just started a Facebook page and it was just completely different. Like it was literally just hair, like
Just
connection.
hair,
Like it was literally just hair. And yes, you would take before and after photos, but it wasn't this whole like production side. So I feel like it was beautiful because it was a lot more simple. Whereas now, as much as I love doing content and all of that kind of stuff, it's definitely made expectations high from us.
Yeah.
And like a lot more things as a business owner you have to do.
Yes.
Because it's not just running a salon now, it's like content creating, like, and unfortunately now what success looks like is
The viral shit.
the viral stuff. So even if you do have a busy salon and you are like go, like people still ask for your Instagram and they base your success
Off that.
based on your social media. So it's definitely put, I feel like, a big expectation on us creatives nowadays more than before.
Yes. It adds a lot of stress that I think people don't realise. Like, doing content is a pain in the bum. And, like, yes, we enjoy it, but at the end of the day, it's not our job
Yeah.
title. So, yeah.
Our job is to do hair. And there's so many days where like we don't film and we don't do content and it's just like, it's beautiful. Like I think I said it to you in your interview, Lani, where it's like on the outside it might look like I don't work because I don't post much of me working, but a lot of my clients, I don't want to post because we're having a moment, we're having like really meaningful conversations and I don't want the camera in their face. So.
And a lot of people don't want the camera in their face.
Yeah.
Like they come to relax. So there's this expectation to film everything and post everyone, but a lot of people don't like that. And some people love it and that's great for us. But a lot of people are like, no, this is my downtime. Especially if they've got kids, they're like, last thing I want to do is be on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the changes are like have positives and negatives and
If you could change one thing about the hairdressing industry, what would it be?
I think supporting each other a lot more.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of like competitiveness happening, like small poppy syndrome.
That's such an Australian thing.
Yeah. And when people are successful, like there's always somebody trying to knock them down or somebody trying to, you know, sabotage them. I definitely feel like we need to connect more.
Yeah.
And help each other and just grow together, because at the end of the day we all do our own thing, and if you just do your own thing, do it well, stick in your lane and just don't worry about what other people are doing.
What's something you think all apprentices should be taught early on? That's a good question.
Well, I think it actually, the answer would not be hair related. I think it's like, yes, obviously you need to be taught hair, but I think it's just things that you're taught in life, like just being a good person. And you can teach hair, but you can't
Teach personality.
teach personality. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's just customer service and like being in front of clients is probably the biggest thing, because you can,
Confidence,
you can do hair and we can teach you how to do hair, but one of the first things I think you need to learn is you're working in front of a mirror, so you need to, and you're working on a person, so you need to be able to have good like people skills.
Yeah, I agree. What's your favourite service to do and why?
Blondes.
Yes.
Lived in blonde. I just think utilising people's natural colour with the lived in blonde, like it's just extremely beautiful. Utilising people's natural and elevating it to that next level. So definitely lived in blonde.
Yeah. What do you think sets our salon apart from other salons?
Definitely working one-on-one with our clients. It's something that I did when I opened because it was just myself. And I just thought, this is fucking amazing. Like,
it is.
How can I make this bigger and give other hairdressers the opportunity of doing it without going on their own? Because I noticed a lot of people were going on that out on their own to do that, but at the end of the day, that's not helping the industry, because if we don't have like teams and apprentices and stuff like that, then the industry is not going to grow. So I really wanted to be able to make the space bigger to be able to give other people the opportunity to do that as well.
What's your philosophy when it comes to client experience?
I just think feeling relaxed, feeling comfortable to do whatever. They're comfortable to chat, they're comfortable to just sit on their laptop, they're comfortable to read their book. Like, I think it's just feeling at home.
Yeah.
Because they do spend a lot of time in here. It's like 3.5 hours.
Sometimes 5.
Yeah. When you got big colours. And like some of my regulars literally like they kick their shoes off, like they get so comfortable, and then some of my other clients literally just when they're processing, like they go and sit upstairs. So I think it's just being comfortable is the biggest thing.
And I think like coming in and feeling important, because it is that one-on-one.
Yeah.
So they really like feel like the number one person in the world.
Rolling out the red carpet for every single client that comes in the door.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out in the hair industry?
It's been said a lot, but it's just do everything.
It's
literally been said a lot, but just do everything, put yourself out there, and you know, like what Emma said in hers, there might be things that you feel like might not be worth it, but you know, if you go to that thing, you might meet somebody, and then that in the future, like that might help. So I feel like it's putting yourself out there and investing in yourself. And sometimes it doesn't mean financially, like it's honestly just your time. Like give your time, whether you're assisting on photo shoots or anything, just do everything. And another thing would be ask, like always ask.
Like questions?
Just ask questions, or like ask to go to something. Don't sit back and wait to be asked, or don't sit back and like wait for opportunity, like make it happen. Because if you don't do that, you'll be waiting forever, because nobody's going to come and vouch for you. You've got to vouch for yourself.
Yeah. What do you look for in a stylist when you're hiring or mentoring?
I not only look for like good hair skills, but also good people skills as well too, because I think it's really important to have both. Like you can be good at hair, but if you don't have the best personality, or you're not very good with people, then it's not really going to work. But also the other way, some people can have the best personality and they're amazing, but they're really not good at hair.
Or don't have a work ethic or something.
Yeah, or don't have a good work ethic. So I definitely think I look for both. So good at hair and good work ethic and just a good personality.
Yeah, listen to that if you want a job. How do you balance being a mentor with also running a business and doing hair yourself?
It's definitely challenging. I do, like that's like, I don't know, can't get the words out, but like imposter syndrome kind of comes in. Imposter syndrome kind of comes in a little bit, because you know how you're looking too much into the future.
Yeah.
And you forget what you've done.
Yeah. You're always like thinking of the next thing rather than like being present or like reflecting on how far you've come.
Yeah. So sometimes I fear that like I'm not inspiring enough, or like I'm not doing enough, or am I talking to them too much? Am I not talking to them enough? So like I get a lot of fear behind it, but I just have to remember like what I've done and just make sure I share all my wisdom and knowledge and just enjoy my journey just as much as yours.
What does a day in the life look like for you?
Every day for me is completely different. I'd have to go through all the days of the week.
When I started, I actually had no fucking idea what day Steph was going to be in or not, and I still didn't know for like the first 6 months. I had no idea.
She's like, is she in tomorrow?
I don't know.
But I've quickly realised that I honestly thrive off every day, every week being different. Like for me, if every week looked the same, like just coming to the salon, 9 to 5, 9 to like, and just consistent every week. Like I know consistency is like a thing of success, but for me, too much consistency, you feel stagnant. So I'm like, every week for me is different. Like 1 week I'm in Melbourne, 1 week I'm in Sydney, then I'm in Geelong, Melbourne, Sydney, or I'm just in Horsham. Like every week looks completely different. But when I'm in the salon, like I guess my days look like I drop the kids off to daycare and then I'm literally just put my like boss hat on, hairdresser hat on, and I'm in the salon. And if I'm not doing clients, I'm doing content or I'm doing admin or like training or organising things. Like I guess every day looks completely different. So can't really answer that one.
We have a lot going on. It's a bit intense for me. What's one part of the job people don't realise takes up the most time?
I just honestly think a lot of the things behind the scenes, like clients only see you working on their hair. They don't see everything else, like the ordering, the bookwork, the payroll, the like mentoring and everything like that. So I think it's just all the things behind the scenes.
And then I feel like also like your Schwarzkopf teaching stuff.
And organising the teaching. And like with Hair Festival coming up, like organising the show.
Planning what you're going to do on stage and
like
stuff.
Lots of planning. So I think it is just all that behind the scenes stuff that people don't see.
It takes up way more time than actually clients. How do you stay inspired and keep your skills sharp?
Definitely from you guys. You guys keep me on my toes. Then I think like teaching the workshops as well, because even though like I'm there to teach, I'm also having great conversations with other hairdressers and like learning things for myself. And when I do like the hair shows and stuff like that, there's lots of other hairdressers there and that I look up to and who like I find motivation from. So it's probably just attending all the events and
like having open conversations with other stylists. You always learn something. I feel like.
And surrounding myself with other hairdressers who like have the same mindset as me.
What are your fave products at the moment?
Literally got it in last week. It's my new favourite product. The new Schwarzkopf Fibre Clinics.
Oh
Sealed the ends.
What do you have? That's a hair rick.
I hate having wet hands.
So like if you're washing someone's hair.
Have you noticed what I do?
No. Do you dry your hands all the time? Oh, I've never noticed that.
I literally like will shampoo and then I will get all the water off my hands and then I'll like rinse it off and then I'll dry my hands again, and because I just hate water all over my hands.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah, you'll notice now. That's why I use so many towels.
I use a lot of towels too, so I don't notice.
Like, that's why I use so many towels. That's why everyone gets shitty at me.
The salon ick that we do or something. I can think of a couple for you.
Go, what are they?
When we leave the bin at the door.
Yeah.
When we overmix.
Yeah.
When we spill toner on the floor.
I'm literally throwing Lani out of the bus here. Whenever I'm... Because we've got the curtain at the back thing, and I'll be like sitting there eating my lunch and then telling me full of clients, and Lani will just go out of it and open it, and I'm literally there like...
Shut the curtain.
just like quietly goes down. She just like fully opens it.
Lani likes to
and
rampage through.
You feel so exposed. And the amount of times that I've just haven't said anything and then shut it, and then she like comes back through and just opens it again. I just feel so exposed.
Because you're eating your lunch. Like, we don't have a very big back room, so you can't really hide in many places.
Oh, But yeah, there's probably multiple, but hey, I'm not going to pick on you all. Just
Lani.
Lani.
Their unpopular opinions.
Unpopular opinion to clients. You really should book regular appointments. Because when you leave it go so long, it's going to cost you way more.
And it's going to be harder and you're going to be here longer.
Yeah. And it's like way harder and like it almost doesn't look as good because we've had so much work to do.
It also is easy to maintain a nice colour than
Yeah. So whilst, like, I guess that's why I mean unpopular opinion to clients, because they think just push it out and then have a big session. But so much easier if you just book in mini sessions between.
Hair health, do's and don'ts.
Hair trims every time you have a colour, or if you are pushing your colour out longer, come in for a haircut and blow wave.
Yeah.
And
What's a don't?
What's a don't? Don't use too much protein. People are using all these protein products, think that they're helping their hair, but they're actually making it way more fragile because they're putting too much protein in it, and then they're wondering why their hair's snapping off. So look at the products that you're using at home. Just because it is like protein and healthy, blah, blah, blah.
You can overdo it with
you
protein.
can overdo it. So just simplify your hair care routine and you'll be fine.
A winter hair trend prediction. What do you think we're going to see this winter?
Everyone always goes darker in winter. I'm the opposite though.
Yeah, you're like, give me blonde.
Give me blonde, because you're like pale, like it's gloomy,
Yeah.
it's sad. Like, why would you go darker? Stupid.
I have a couple of clients I want to go dark. I'm like,
Yeah. It's like wrong season. Like, go a bit darker when it is.
And you
do the opposite.
Yeah.
Do the opposite.
Yeah.
So, I don't, like, darker is a trend. I don't like it.
I mean, I love dark hair.
Yes. But I don't think follow a trend just because it's winter.
Yeah. What do you think? So you reckon dark hair?
Yeah, I reckon darker.
It always is.
Yeah, and more like Albany, like warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you love Schwarzkopf products so much?
I first used Schwarzkopf when I was at a salon in Melbourne, and obviously being extremely passionate about blondes, I used their Blonde Me range and I just fell in love. I just think it's like the best product because it does have that 9 levels of lift. It gets us what we want, and especially now they've brought out the clay, so we do have that softer option if we need. And then I just think as a whole, like being a bigger company, like they kind of cover all bases.
Yeah.
Like they do have everything. We don't stock everything, but it's like they do have everything, which is great.
Yeah, they have a huge range.
And working with them as well too, like you've got a lot of support behind you, like internationally as well as nationally.
There's a lot of opportunities that come with it as well.
And so like being a guest artist for them too, like it's been really nice to work with them because like I said, they have everything and everything that I need for what I do for work, but also extra things as well too.
What would be your top 3 product recommendations for a new client?
The new Blonde Me repair range.
So exciting.
Honestly, just the new products, the new
Yeah.
Blonde Me repair range and that new fibre clinics, seal the ends.
that's what I
Yep. And then the detox as well, which is now called brightening.
Which is unreal.
Yeah.
What celeb's hair would you do and what would you do with it? And why do you want to do it?
Oh, so precise. Like I discussed it with Emma in hers. One of my biggest goals would be to do the Kardashians.
Oh, yeah.
hair. Like honestly, that's been on one of my goals since I was an apprentice.
Yeah.
And when Jen Atkins, who does their hair, she was brought way to Australia. I think there was like a launch in Sephora.
Yeah.
And I did hair for that, and I was so fucking excited. Like, yes, I'm gonna get to meet like her, and thought maybe one of the Kardashian girls would come, but Jen got sick and she didn't end up coming to the Melbourne launch. I think the Kardashians because I've always been completely entertained and like intrigued by them. Like I just think being part of their glam crew
Would be
so fun.
Stressful but cool.
Yeah. And then somebody a little bit more realistic, maybe Margot Robbie, because she's in Australia.
Yeah.
And I think she's an incredible actor and
A very cool chick.
her hair's like what I love to do. So
Yeah, very lived in blonde.
yeah.
Why is it important to get regular cuts? You know how you said before to get regular cuts?
Yes. It's really important to get regular cuts because yes, your hair does grow from here, but if you don't cut the split ends off, they're literally just going to keep splitting up. So even though your hair is growing, it's just going to keep snapping off the ends. So if you want to grow, you need to make sure your ends have no split ends on them whatsoever. So whether that's getting a little trim, like even like, doesn't even have to be a centimetre, just less than a centimetre, just to cut the split ends off every like
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks, then your hair will grow.
What would you be if you weren't a hairstylist?
Oh gosh.
Accountant.
Well, that was my journey. That was gonna be my journey.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I really love multiple things. Whether it was like in content creation kind of thing. Even like, I'm not the best at it, but I think would be a cool job would be like interior design.
Yeah.
I reckon.
That'd be fun.
Other than that, like, I don't know what else I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of always been your pathway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would never, like, even if I had to change careers, I would be like,
What the fuck do I do?
what the fuck do I do?
Yeah. I reckon if you change now, you'd probably do content creation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even like open a like media company.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. What challenges do you find the industry facing?
At the moment, I think it's the growth of the industry because there's not as many apprentices coming through.
Yeah.
It's like looking back when I did it, like there was so many of us. Now I feel like because a lot of businesses or like a lot of people are going out on their own, like that essentially means
They can't afford to have an apprentice.
yeah, they can't afford to have an apprentice, so there's going to be less apprentices. So I guess the challenge is like the future of the industry and what's going to happen. There's a lot of people starting, but there's not a lot of people finishing. So like, I don't know what's happening or what's got to change.
I do think, my 2 cents,
Yeah.
that a lot of young girls are looking on Instagram and TikTok
Yes.
and being like, oh, that looks like so much fun. And it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
but it's also a lot of fucking hard work.
Yeah.
And I think once they get into it, they go, oh, fuck, this is not what I thought it was going to be like. And
Yeah.
then they get out of it.
Yeah. And I guess that's jumping back to the conversation that we had at the start where it was like how the industry's changed, it's social media and all these kind of expectations. And people do base his success on that.
Yes.
But all these young hairstylists look at people's success on social media and just say, like, for me, they're like, oh my God, it's amazing what you've done. How did you do it? And I'm like, I've been fucking hustling for 15 years.
Steph used to take freaking like photo shoots of her friends.
Yeah. And a lot of these people who you've been looking up to, whether it's like Amelia the Space, like she's been hairdressing forever. Like, yes, you might have your few that have just started and, you know, they've gone viral and that's great for them. But
I'm sure they've also pushed their content out a lot.
yeah, like you've still got to work hard, and I feel like that's not happening at the moment. People, unfortunately,
are focusing too much on that.
And they don't want to actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably a challenge, is getting people to actually work and being motivated. And it's really hard to motivate people because at the end of the day, motivation comes from within, because I can be extremely motivated and
push us, but if
push
we're not
you,
motivated, then...
But yeah, at the end of the day, if you're not motivated, then there's nothing that I can do to help it. So yeah, I think it's hard work and motivation
and
is lacking now in the new generation. And, you know, for me, it's always been like hard work, passion, determination, and you can achieve everything. But yeah, I feel like that's not happening.
So you got 2 kiddies at home.
Yeah.
How do you balance 2 salons and 2 children and a husband?
I do get this question a lot. And I guess like what Natalie Ann said, is there really an answer? Is there really balance? I do feel like, me personally, I do have a good balance because of the support that I have around me, where like my husband is incredible, and having my parents and his parents here, like I'm able to have that flexibility and like having great staff as well too. So like I know when I am out, like everything's okay.
We're doing our jobs.
Yeah, and same with Emma too, like not being there. like just the trust and respect that we have for each other like helps.
Yeah.
One thing that I was so scared about having kids was like being a female. Obviously you have to put your life on hold for a short period of time.
Yeah.
For me, it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're like, hell no, not a chance.
Yeah, and I was like, if I do not get into the salon, I'm going to die. That's one thing that I've been so scared about, is because I am so career driven, like having kids, it has been a little bit of a challenge for me.
Oh yeah.
And I feel quite restricted, but with what I can do, like I'm grateful that I'm able to do what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess what was the question? Finding balance. How do you find balance?
Yeah. You don't. I feel like it's day by
Yeah,
day.
yeah, and I think that's why I'm okay with it, because I thrive on every week being different,
Yeah,
and every
yeah.
day being different, because essentially that is mum life
Yeah.
and like parent life. So yeah, I've thrived in it, and it's kind of been an easy journey for me, but who knows what might happen if we have a third.
No more children, please. Advice for someone wanting to go out on their own.
I feel like if going out on your own is something that you want to do, then do it. And if it's something that you're passionate about, obviously do it. But I feel like you have to remember it's not something that you always have to do.
Yeah, it's not like
So
a next step for everyone.
yeah, that's probably another thing
Because-
to the
Yeah. I think people forget going out on your own, that's starting your own business.
yeah.
It's not just having, like working by yourself.
Yeah.
Like you are your own business.
yeah.
And going out on your own, that means you have to open your own shop.
You're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Like, and if it's what you want to do, absolutely,
yeah, go
100%
for it.
do it. But if it's something that you like aren't really sure about, then don't feel like you have to do it, because there is so many other things and so many opportunities that you can have within salons if you push and, like I was saying before, like ask for opportunities and do things and put yourself out there, and like you can really build up high within a salon if owning a salon isn't what you want. But I guess for people who are wanting to do their own thing, it would just be like, make sure you do your research, make sure you
Put your tax away.
make sure you put your tax away, make sure you budget, and make sure you just continue to hustle, because it never ends.
Yes.
It's never ending. If you're on your own, I know it's hard, but for a business owner, I guess my advice would be learn to do it or delegate it. Like, you've got your list, that list is not going away. So either do the thing or delegate it, and then happy days.
Yeah.
That's
so
basically all you need to do, and then you'll be fine.
just got 2 rent-a-chair girls
Yes.
start. Well,
Yes.
Brittany didn't start. She changed to rent-a-chair.
Yes.
How are you liking that experience?
I've been very hesitant to do it, because past salons that I've worked at who have had it, like from another employee point of view, I didn't really love it.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't like the comparison of it all.
Mm.
But getting to know stylists and you guys and everyone's different journeys and everyone's different goals, like I definitely think there is a time and a place for it.
Yes.
And I guess, you know, I really, really appreciate my stylists, and if that's something that they want to do, like I'll support it, because if I don't support it, they're going to do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I would rather have them still part of the team, but
In a different way.
in a different way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've really enjoyed the experience. It's been
Fun learning.
Yeah.
curve, Yeah.
I love learning new things and like changing, and that's one thing that I've always been good at, is if something's either not working or something doesn't work, like just like shifting and then just going full steam ahead in that direction.
You adjust very quickly and very well, I
Yeah.
find, to anything.
Yeah, so I've really enjoyed the process of it, and yeah, I'm excited about the future.
Would you offer a rent-a-chair to someone who like was the right fit?
If I guess that's kind of, well, Ash did work for me for a little bit, so I knew Ash.
Yeah.
I think it would be, we would have to know the person. Like they almost have to have the same kind of values and the same mindset and everything, because essentially, like, even though they do have their own business within the business, it is still underneath the brand, and they
Yes.
still do represent
Yeah.
the brand as well. So yes, if they had the same mindset, the same values, similar goals,
Yeah.
then yes, but I wouldn't just offer it to anyone.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't say yes to anyone.
Yeah. Well, what's next?
The first half of the year has absolutely flown, and one of my goals for the year was to really immerse myself in the industry in different ways with the brands and stuff that I work with. And so I guess what's next for the rest of the year would just be, a lot of the first half of the year is planning.
Yeah.
So we've just been planning for the second half of the year, and now I've got like multiple education classes, the show for hair festival, and then like on top of all of the salon stuff. So I guess
Yeah.
it's honestly just cruising along. Now
Yeah.
we've planned it all.
Yeah.
Now we just ride out the rest
Yeah.
of the year, because
Yeah.
it's just going to fly.
Yeah.
We have nothing specifically in the works.
Well, we did chat about maybe you doing an apprentice class.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about potentially organising an apprentice-only workshop. The education stuff that I do at the moment is with brands, so we're thinking about doing our own little education
Yeah.
hub. So if you're an apprentice watching
And interested.
and interested,
Message us on Instagram so we know
yeah.
it's...
Thanks for watching our little interview where Dana put me in the hot seat.
It was fun. I like being on the other side.
It was nice. It was nice.
We had some good chats.
Yeah, I liked it. Hope you got some inspo.
Comment down below what you want us, like what video ideas you want us to do.
Yeah, we're really enjoying doing a lot more YouTube videos. Stay tuned. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.